Hey there and welcome. I don't know if we're live yet, actually. Hey there and welcome to Cosmic Sage. I hope you're all doing well. This is area you know pretty much what we're reading. So just to give you kind of a rundown, we're starting with Sagittarius. We're going to Virgo. We're going to Capricorn, Aries, and Aqua. They all had more than one roll on the dice. So the presence of either multiple or at least one individual, we don't know yet, right? For these people. And it could be placements anywhere in the chart that you carry. If you apply to these 5 signs, the next 5 were rolled one time, so I included them in the order of Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, and Scorpio. And the only ones, this is the lowdown of what I'm seeing here, okay? So the gist of it's getting a wave of energy kind of went through me at the time I was doing this, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with this. Gemini and Leo did not want to be seen. Gemini, when I was all finished, I was rolling the dice for another question, not about this. Gemini come out like a flurry over and over and over. So I don't know if Gemini, if you're listening, if you have somebody who is just too elusive, or if you're somebody and the Gemini is your person who is your past person and they are doing the feeling I was getting, my takeaway was if that does not apply, it's the Gemini people with whatever the placements are and the Leo people that you've done some serious cord cutting, you have done some serious work, that the people who were connected to you, they have no interest because you did the work to basically shake them. So say they were obsessed, say they were clingy, say that they thought, well, the end is not here, we still have a chance, I'm going to hold out hope. You did some kind of work so that you could cleanse the palette, so that everything could be new and fresh for you. So those 2 signs may be looking at, I don't know, you'll need to listen to the full moon energy that I had for everyone that I was reading earlier. That is over here. Previous to this, there's a moon on the thumbnail. There's a lady with a moon in the background. So that's the one you might want to listen to. And I did all 12 signs for that. Anyway, we're going to start with Sagittarius, but first I want to read some collective energy. The cards that fell out, when I brought some cards from the other room I had, I'm going to read those first. These may be of use to some of you. They might give you an indicator, inclination of who we're talking about, or maybe the energy that one or both of you may be experiencing or did. So what we have is tension, turbulence, argument, and stress. That could have been the end or maybe the whole relationship. We have castle, private space, high honor, invasion of privacy. So if you're kind of like reeling it in and staying away from this person, they're trying to pry, they're trying to look, they're trying to find a way to see in those windows, see what you're doing. Anything that they can use to watch you, they may be trying to do. And I'm not trying to get you worded out, and I could do this Docker reading next, but please don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. And to the OGs, thank you so much for all the support. And we are trying to get more subscribers so we can have a party, enable the chat, get past this full moon energy, of course. But there's a few other things. I'll just trickle it in. So if you're here, you'll hear more. But anyways, you have chandelier, bright future, magnificence, and a dim soul. So this is like, the dim soul is like the flip side. So I think what's happening is you're getting a glow up, and this person is now watching from the outside, and it feels like they're going through a gloomy phase because they're not part of your glow up. And then you have long gloves. So you could be going through a cleanliness spurt and or a ritual because we have a full moon. So you're releasing things. We have a full moon coming on May 1. So if you're not already aware of that, maybe you innately know to cleanse and release things, but maybe you're working with moon energy. And then we have feeling undesirable. This person is currently feeling undesirable because you have reeled in your energy, you pulled back what you offered, you no longer give to that person or these people. You have wizard. So you're mastering something to some modality, because if you're getting the glow up, you're doing things right. Things are working for you. Energy is in the palm of your hands at this time. And you do have happily ever after. And this could be what is also bothering the person who can't let you go. They're not seeing themselves as being that person who is giving you the happily ever after. Yes, because they saw themselves as a knight. They did not grow into king or emperor. And this person was not only neglectful of your needs, they were neglectful of their own. So in turn, they might have been like looking at money or something that was lower in nature, and that was taking them off course when it come to this union. And maybe if this is your story, they are now in a serious um, emotional letdown, and they're recognizing maybe it was their own fault, their own doing. Now, I have cards that I pulled. Those were ones I just read that fell out, so they were meant to be read. Spirit had brought those to my attention. And these are the cards that are supposed to be kind of giving you an idea if it's your person you're thinking of right now. Okay, somebody from your past you may not even think about, so it's either way. So they could be an Aquarius, they could be a Cancer, they could be a Gemini, they could be a Virgo, a Libra, a Sagittarius. And then you have two additional cards that I pulled, which one could be Pisces and the other could be Aries, but one could be very good at this person. They might have been good at manifesting you. They might have even told you, hey, listen, I manifested you when you met. Like, I wanted you. I spoke to spirit. I spoke to the world, to the universe, and I wanted you so much that you finally came into my life. And so this person, it's like, the arrogance, the hubris, it may have gotten them, right? This could be a Pisces energy here. Surrender to the ebb and flow, it says. This person didn't go with the flow. They started going against the rhythm of nature. So it could have been one of those signs. Does not have to be. And when we get to each individual sign, I will then look for you what we see. Okay, so this is energy that I have for you. You might be looking forward to, or you recently had a pay raise. So this is something that is part of the glow up that they might be recognizing. Your confidence is glowing. 18 is a number that could mean something to you. Maybe you're feeling like you're young again, and or you knew them when you were 18. Maybe this is your high school sweetheart, okay? Or somebody you met just getting in college or something like this. You're reviving parts of yourself, so you're feeling youthful again, no matter what age you are. You're releasing with this full moon. I think you're really concentrating on how to make yourself fully happy and successful. And success is around the corner because of what you have released with this individual. This is a lot of what they're going through from what I have right here. For not every single one of them. Okay, this could touch on maybe a few of them. But ultimately, this could encapsulate a lot of one of the people, or some of the people that are listening here for their person. Frozen. So they're kind of like, I think that they're kind of locked in, like rhythm with the past. Like they're locked in, they're encapsulating themselves, they're freezing themselves in a position where you and them were simpatico, you and them were together. It was when you two were happy, and so they're living like they haven't left that moment. And they're kind of living, they're sort of forgetting the bad things. They don't remember the bad things they said, the way they neglected you, the way they dropped you, the way they put others in front of you, or they might have chose others. They're not looking at the things that maybe were wrongly done, and they're looking at things, freezing in place things for the more perfect side of it. But they do have a fixation on you. They're hypnotized, attached to you. They're going over memories. They're dwelling and reminiscing of you right now. Places you went to, places you talked about going to, things you did, things you laughed about, things the two of you planned. They're looking back and they're recognizing that they were ungrateful, but they might be projectionists. Just want to say that because some of them could have been. If you dealt with a narcissist, they could say that you were ungrateful, that you didn't give, that you weren't the one, that put in or cared or showed up. In fact, it may have been them, but because if they're narcissist unhealed, they would see it opposite. Limit. So they are right now at some kind of breaking point. They're kind of feeling their limits being crossed. They're crossing them to some way. They are clinging on to hope that they will see you again. I don't know where that's going. For every sign, it's going to be different, but they are obsessively watching you. And this is for everyone listening. So take what's yours, and not all of it's going to be for your person and respect. But like I said, it could be like way back from when you were even in high school. So, you'll have to put the pieces together, because sometimes when people get up in years, they do examine and go backwards. And then they think, well, did I leave somebody behind, or did I do something wrong? Or, sometimes this happens. This could have been very fresh too. 18 could be 18 months ago. So let's just say maybe under 2 years. Secret, mysteries, and hiding, concealing. So again, I see like the idea of your shears, your drapes, they're looking through, they're trying to find a way to look in. They're trying to catch a glimpse of you, anything. They're very desperate. They feel that there's something unspoken. They're regretting that they didn't say something. They didn't say something sooner. They didn't say something at all. Or they're hoping that if they speak to you, there's something unspoken that maybe you'll offer to them. They listen to music and they think of you. And also they're trying to send you telepathic messages. This person was very stubborn, very arrogant. Okay. So that puts us in Sagittarius's realm. So this is all placements, any placements you decide, because you're the one, it's your life, right? So we're going to roll some dice real quick and give you an idea of what we see on the table. And then I have cards here for you. Sagittarius, you're here. Sagittarius sun. If you're a Sagittarius sun, it's either you or your person's a Sagittarius sun, okay? There's a Leo sun and there's a Taurus sun here. We'll try one more in case you're waiting to hear a particular sign. We'll just do a couple on every one of the signs just for additional. We have twice the Leo and twice the Aries. So Leo showed up again and now twice Aries. So that is what you have. You have a lot of fire. So you could have this in your chart. They could, or both of you could. So we have bedroom, intimacy, desires, seduction. Reconnect with your deepest desires and set your soul on fire. So what I'm getting with this card, though, is there was a lot of intimacy the two of you shared. You shared a bedroom, or you shared sleep hours, or you dreamed so much of each other. This person, I think they're dreaming of you, and the intimacy you shared, maybe the nighttime thoughts they have. So I don't have to go into adult terrain with you on that, or territory, I should say. And by the way, for the adult channel, we are changing things up. The ninth door is now the adult reading channel, but it has to be done tastefully. So in case you want those kind of readings, you'll need to subscribe there. And prosperity will be out lucky girl. So yeah, those are the differences we are doing right now. We're making some changes. We have the Weaver, rediscovery and transition. So this person is doing some kind of transitioning of themselves, or they're changing the story. So whatever it was that happened, whoever was the bad guy in the story, they're trying to maybe turn it around, or they're trying to change things up so it didn't end bad, so that it could start all over, because this person may like to go in cycles. And here are the energies that might also help you denote who they are. We have fire truck, selfless. I'm getting hero mentality. Somebody who feels like they have to be a rescue entity, somebody who has to rescue a damsel or something of this, or a woman who has to be the nurse that shows up to rescue her guy, So, one of these stories, where somebody feels like they got to come in and be the repair person. And this person, their thinking is they were the rescuer. that you got patched up and you were on your way. Like you got everything you needed and then you split, and now look at you with your glow up. So there could be a little bit of a little blaming with some of the Sagittarius person, as to say, Sag got what they wanted. Now that look at them, they're successful, they're confident, and now all of a sudden Sag doesn't want me. And so this could be they're throwing it at you, and you might have left them for some reason, but they want to, they're engaging in thinking of and thoughts of calling you or texting you, but we have ring, ring, ring telephone booth, or they keep on driving by a telephone booth. Now, if you're old enough, maybe they literally did use a telephone booth. This is a London style one, but it could be anywhere. But maybe they truly did use a telephone booth to contact you, or there was a quiet place. They took their cell phone and they made a contact to you, like ritualistically at a particular place, maybe because it was quieter, but they keep on looking at that place fondly. And they think, what would Sag do if I called Sag right now? What would Sag do? How would they react? You have Victoria's Secret gifts. This person and you may have shopped at Victoria's Secret. There may be some kind of Victoria's Secret thing between you two. Like you had the bedroom here, so the boudoir kind of feeling. Like maybe they bought you some really nice, or I really, when I pulled this, I first got the fragrance. It popped in my head. Didn't smell it because they have a lot of fragrances. I thought maybe they bought you the fragrance from there. Could be anything, streetwear or bedroom, attire. But anyways, we have tickets, date night. So maybe you wore Victoria's Secret something or rather when they took you to a concert, to a bistro. I don't know. There's something that on a date night, it's a ticket. So it's like they went out of their way to take you out for a really nice evening, or you took them out for a really nice evening. And looks like the two of you made good memories. At least they're remembering it good at this time. Can I find out more for Sagittarius about this person who's having trouble letting go of them? Okay, this person could be a Cancer or a Sagittarius too, another, or the flip side, right? A Gemini or a Capricorn even. This person is very intuitive. They find you very attractive, alluring, magnetic. They can't, like I said, they can't take their eyes off of you. So they're trying, if they can't see you online, they can't see you in town, they're trying to find out about you in person. So they're trying to catch a glimpse. Even if you're getting in and out of a car, you're getting on a bus, they want to see you wherever you would be. I'm getting, okay, so when it comes to fairy tales, I'm getting a little bit of Little Mermaid meets Cinderella. So they see you as somebody. Okay, so they're in love with your voice, maybe your singing voice. Okay, they think that you are very attractive. They don't see you with anybody right now. So if you have moved on, if you're absolute, because it did look like maybe they were watching you, but not everybody is going to have that. But maybe they were watching you. They're not seeing you with anyone now. So if you're still playing single life, right, and they are entrenched in getting to you before someone else snaps you up. Okay, so this person is sending, I feel like, monitoring spirits your way. So if you see bugs, if you see anything that feels like the essence is something that is keeping eye on you, your person is keeping a monitoring spirit on you in some way. That is for Sagittarius, not for all of you, of course. Now I see 9 people here. Thank you for being here. But maybe if I could talk you all into hitting the thumbs up, that would be so wonderful. I would appreciate that. Let's let everyone else know we're here. For Sagittarius, the person who is having trouble letting go of Sagittarius, what more do we know? Can we know? Is there to know? So they know that they are blocked or they're locked out. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so they are like not invited. So you may have like a graduation or some kind of a event for your glow up, something that is showing success, okay? And they know that they are not invited. There's no invite, right? And or there's even maybe some kind of note to security, you know, like don't let X, Y, or Z in here. So this person, I think, is rather upset because I'm going to get letters for these, I think. I'm going to go get the letter bag. Just a second. Yeah, it's like somebody's talking at the gate. Like, if you see this person, absolutely do not let them in. They are not invited. That is what I'm getting. I'm going to get you some letters, though, so you might want to get a notepad for that. This could as well be how they feel. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this is truth. If they are living with their mind kind of in some confusion, this is how they could see it. So you don't necessarily feel that way, or you have not necessarily done this, but perhaps, you know what, we just spelled out SAG for Sag. How funny is that? It could be a she or a he. No, 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 no. I don't think it's going to be, actually, there's no E. So I have SHH, like shh, quiet. So you are dealing with somebody who's quiet. They could be from North Carolina. They could be from New Jersey. There's something about quiet. They don't want you to know they're looking at you. And so they're telling somebody, shh, you didn't see me here. Something about front. They're making a front. I don't know if they're military or not. We have JAG, like JAG lawyers. Maybe the name Jennifer, Jen could be one of your names. Jen, Jenn. Somebody wants to shoot their shot at you. So this is somebody obviously is like taking another shot at you, trying to come back. They could be a junior. So as in maybe they have a father who's senior and they're junior. They could be from Georgia, not necessarily. So it's going to take me a little more when I'm doing the letters. So my apologies, I'm being so quiet. I will do some. They think you're hot. This is quite obvious. HOT is in here. So maybe you are doing something at some kind of incorporation. You're incorporating something. You're LLCing your business, or I don't know. There's some kind of event going on, and they are watching you, and they're telling people not to say they saw you. So maybe there isn't some kind of a. So you know, take whatever is yours. Okay, so not any two Sages are going to be the same. I did see F you. Okay, so I don't know if you told them to F you or they told you to F you. I'm also looking at this and it's weird because the you showed up. I was thinking the you and I got it. And there was a reason. Oh, yeah. So June's not completed. Okay, so but we do have June, June, or no E, or Jun. So I wonder if something is going to happen in June and they're hoping they can make the event. So maybe you do have some ceremony or something and they want to show up in June. That is what I'm seeing. So we have CIFAGFRN. Junshot. You can play with that if you write those down. Let me see how many I have so I'm fair with everybody. I think there's 16. Also, you have CIA here, so I don't know if anybody is part of an acronym network, but I'm just putting that in there. You don't know. I mean, people of all kinds of people are out there, right? So that is what I have for you. I think I saw 2 N's, like an N, like, so I'm still pulling a little bit for you too. So Sagittarius, that could be crashing some kind of a event that's going to be at a nice fancy place like the Hilton, Marriott, or one of these big fancy places, right? Okay, for Sagittarius, can we get a little more? Yeah, so something is going to happen between June and July. We have sun energy. This person is really sad because what they did build with you has been destroyed. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Let me find out some other things here. Just a second. So how are they feeling about Sagittarius right now? This person, you can't get over Sagittarius. How are they feeling right now? The moon in reverse. They might be getting readings on you and finding out secrets. They might be looking for things to expose because they want to know about them. They're shining lights on things that are details about your life as of present. Maybe not about the past, but they want to open the book. They want to look into you. So I don't know if they're doing it for, okay, they think that, or they believe, maybe they did tell you, they do believe that they're your divine counterpart. We have Emperor here. They feel that they're the authority over your heart. And so that's why they can't let you go. So they feel they belong to you. They're your other half. That's what it looks like here. Yes, 2 Pentacles in reverse. They might have dropped you for their karmic. Yeah, Temperance in reverse too. Yes, they dropped the Sagittarius for their karmic. 2 of Cups. They now see themselves as belonging with you, a soulmate energy. So that is what I have, but we're going to, I think we already did the signs that we got there. So I'm going to go ahead and let that be. And if any of these signs, so if you're listening to this, if any of these signs need to have a revisit, you want more details, please ask me to extend it, free of course. These are free. I will put it in another video. We'll do an extension version of the signs that are requested. Thank you for listening, and we will move on to the next. I have to be careful because they were kind of scooching into each other, and my sons were messing on the table, so they were kind of getting everything kind of messed up. They were the chaos agents. Okay, so now we have Virgo. You're next. Virgo had the second most rolls on the dice, so they showed up the second most times. Virgo, your person has rocking chair, back and forth, doubt, in and out. This could be how the relationship was. Maybe it went that way. Your person could have been that way. Maybe you did, because Virgos can sometimes be in and out because of, say, things not, kind of having that, thinking, what is her name? The Goldilocks scenario. It's not cold enough, it's not hot enough, and now it's just right. So the Virgo can be a little bit more finicky, like it needs to have things to a perfect touch. And maybe this relationship with this person that you're thinking of, or people, because you come up more than once. Mind you, the first 5 could have more than one person. So there is a little bit of on and off. Should I or shouldn't I? Could be bipolar. I don't know. It's just kind of a mood swing kind of energy here. It doesn't necessarily have to be yours. It could be the person's. I think it's theirs. So we're talking about maybe Mercurial, so it could be another Virgo. It can be possibly a Gemini. You have the Priest. So this person could as well be a Taurus, but I'm going to roll the dice for you. I have not forgotten. Let me read these real quick and then we'll do the dice. I just looked over there and I was like, I forgot the dice. Okay, but I didn't. Okay, so you might have married them or you thought about marrying them. I'm thinking the two of you could be spiritualists. Maybe one, at least of you is. They see you as a very, very skilled spiritualist, possibly Virgo. If it fits, it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not for everyone. We have ashes, devastation. So the end of this relationship, the connection, the communication, it was devastating to this person. Traffic cone, warning, but it was very dangerous to you. It was very dangerous in a position of endangering your well-being in some way, some sense. So it was better for this to be over with because danger cones could denote finality. We have lilac. This was a first love for some of you. Not all of you. It may have felt like a first love, but it may have truly been a first love. And maybe you were their first love. We have apple, temptation. So yes, somebody in this connection with the Virgo person was either them or you in a temptation scenario that would have finished this connection up. It was the deal breaker. Okay, so now we're going to roll a couple times to see what we have on the dice for Virgo. You have another Virgo and you have Gemini, just as I said, and you also have Scorpio and Leo. Let's see what else. Actually, I think I cheated for you and I gave you an extra. I think it was prior doing 3. Let's try this again the second time. You have Libra, Cancer, and Leo. So you have a little multitude of, this could be more than one person. Let's get you some letters. For Virgo, what do we have? I'm trying to get them out there. Okay, so you might want to get your notepad. You have an O, an I, an L, an I, an A, an R, a K, a T, an L, a Y, an N, a D, a Q, an N, an R. So you have 2 R's. So the Q has no U here. So I'm just going to say like Q. Keep it on the Q. Something was quiet. Something on the Q. You also have T. Maybe somebody called you QT. You know, like that, right? Maybe they called you QT. Okay. Okay, so we have KILL. I don't want to say the word phonetically, you know what that is. Okay, so maybe somebody feels that, you know, it's like a full on ending. There's no coming back. You feel this way about them. We have New York, again, NY. We have Illinois, so maybe Chicago. We have KID, maybe somebody, because it was first love, maybe you did meet as kids. Maybe there was a Capricorn involved because it could have been goat, you know, you got the goat, right? We have tune, people like to watch cartoons, maybe. Yeah, so you're coming from the same neighborhood, you're coming from a youthful place together, roots, you know, you got ROOT here. The name Roy, the name Ron. The name Lorna, LORNA. Iron, maybe this person is wanting to iron things out with you. The name Troy, This could be Greek, like a Greek tragedy, or, Helen of Troy. Maybe somebody said that you were their Helen of Troy, or they were your Helen of Troy. Tron, somebody could have been into video games um, like films, special effects, and fantasy-based films. Something about land, land. We do have no and not yes here. We have a Y, but we don't have yes. We have somebody likes Robert De Niro, or something about money. I don't know. Maybe there wasn't a plan when it comes to somebody's childlike. Maybe they didn't want to think about how they were going to make ends meet, or um, pay to live. Develop themselves. Because I have like lay of the plans, like blueprints, or lay of the land, and then we have De Niro. So it could have been something like that. Maybe one of you was more serious, but it did look like cheating maybe at play. I mean, that's the root of a lot of relationships destroying themselves, right? Or getting destroyed. Um, we have the name Ray, Ray. Maybe somebody likes to watch boxing. The name Kay. Somebody might have gone looking for jewelry shopping at Kay's Jewelers or someplace like that. We have Odin. So there is like maybe someone who prescribes to Odin, Odin. We have Randy, the name Randy, Randy. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here and let you write those letters down. You'll have to rewind to get them, but I'm going to let you figure that out. And we're going to ask some questions about this person who has trouble for the Virgo, letting them go now. Who is having trouble letting the Virgo go? It is somebody who saw you as stable. Somebody who was not balanced. Okay, we're going to go there again. They weren't balanced. There could have been a mental issue. Could have been that they were partaking in some kind of other thing like spirits or something that they were addicted to maybe, but they weren't balanced. This is somebody I think that might have cheated on you. We have the Knight of Wands. Excuse me, and they cross judgment with you. They put you in a position. So you had to say, listen, this isn't going to work. This is not how I want to be treated. This is not how people in relationships respect each other. Maybe you had to tell them that they had to make a choice, or you told them, hey, listen, I found out you did this. You made the choice. It's done. It's over. I'm going. Because I have the Lovers here. And again, I'm seeing Gemini maybe. And the Devil in reverse, obsession, but it also comes out as Cancer because it's the shadow. Let's find out about this, please. The Devil in reverse. Somebody threw away some jewelry. Virgo, I'm getting that if they gave you a ring, you threw it at them, or you packed it up and you sent it back to them. There was some jewelry that was rejected. Because you simply had the Ten of Swords. And guess what? That is what they're feeling now. They're feeling betrayal. Even if they were the ones that did all of this, it finally has come back on them. Somehow it has come back on them. They're getting it. So that is what they're feeling now. They're coming out of the Three of Swords, their heartache. They're still feeling it. They're not letting go of you, though. So that is why they're still in the feelings that they gave you. It's coming on them now. So Virgo, this person is in their feelings big because they're realizing how they hurt you. And it is coming back like a great big mirror effect that it took a delay, depending on how long it's been. But the Five of Swords, they're in conflict about you. They keep looking back. Now, this may have literally been a divorce. They keep looking back. There are still some secrets they have not shared that you don't know. They're wondering if you found out. So they kind of are, they're kind of ruminating. They're thinking, wow, could Virgo have learned this somehow? Is this something, they're kind of embarrassed by their actions. Is this something that Virgo is aware that I did too, as well? So they're in their head. So does this person plan to come back towards Virgo? Does this person plan? Ten of Cups in reverse. No, not at this time. They recognize that there's so much disappointment. I think they're drinking. If that is something that they do, or they take prescription drugs or something like this, or they're over medicated. You have the Five of Cups following the Ten of Cups in reverse. For them, they know that you might talk to them if they're honest, direct, and don't play with you, don't play with your heart. So there is something, though, that they're afraid, I think, that you have discovered, and I don't think they can face you yet. I think they're afraid that they had more inappropriate things when you walked away than you're aware of, or it went deeper, it was farther, there were more occurrences or something like this. Might have been in your family. I hope not, but you would know if so. Okay, so yeah, so they are totally having the trouble that getting rid of the guilt, the shame, because they're going through it. They're feeling exactly what it was they did to you, and what it was that they did not tell you. They fear you have learned, and that is the one thing keeping them from coming towards you. The only thing is the shame. That is the only reason they will not approach you. But I think that you've been waiting for something honest to be relayed. And I think the only thing keeping them away is they know that you need to hear something from them. They need to admit something to you. So if this is what you've been wanting, they're delaying it for that reason. I think they're afraid to look at you in the eye. And that is what I'm seeing for Virgo. Seven of Wands. They know you're going to stand on business when it is totally revealed. But see, the thing is they think you already know. So I think that's what's keeping them away from you, Virgo. And that's Virgo. All placements. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to move on to the next sign. The next sign is Capricorn. We're going to look for 16 letters. I'm going to roll the dice a couple times for you, and then we'll get your pre-selected cards and do the tarot. Find out a little more about this person and what's going on with them. Okay, so far you have Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio. You have Libra, Cancer again, and Aries again. So it could be one of these people, or the two of you have those energies intertwined. Capricorn, any placements. And as well, it might not be that you do. It could be the timings. Those are times that there are powerful memories between you two. Let me make sure we don't have a ton of any one kind of letter. It doesn't look like it. We have a couple duplicates, but that sometimes works out. So I hope you can hear me okay. There could be a Taurus that you were involved with, Capricorn. I see TAU here. There are a couple T's. Let me read these off to you. So if you have a notepad, it might help you. TAUATQ. You got the U, so you got the Q as well. YLCDNARINI. Okay. So I have, I was thinking I don't have Z. Okay. So there's no Arizona here. The name Andy is here, like Andrew, Andy, A-N-D-Y, Andrea, um, Randy, R-A-N-D-Y. I had that for the last one. So maybe somebody who is a fan, or they go to, what is that? You know, where people, OnlyFans, maybe they're an OnlyFan, you are, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they look at OnlyFans. Somebody here does DIY, do it yourself, you know, like on YouTube or somewhere, or they create their own videos. Somebody has a tan, they're working on their tan. The name D-A-N, Dan, or Danny, D-A-N-I, so the feminine version too. Now I need to let you all know that I haven't yet let you know this, I should have, but the common area for only the subscribers are able to go over there. And in a couple minutes, I might check in just to see if anybody has any questions. But at the tail end, we're going to do subscriber questions, one per subscriber. Now, when we have the chat enabled, we will maybe do more. It depends on how much activity you show on the channel. If you're somebody who has been on the channel showing a lot of TLC, despite the chat being closed down, you will get 2. I will have to look at that and discern at that time. But when we have our 600 plus subscriber party, it's going to be 2 per subscriber. So I'm not trying to shut you all down from getting what you need. I want to give you also your personal stuff here. It's not just about being impersonal here. I'm also doing it this way. Some of you know why. The dark energy is something I'm trying to keep at a level that is, it's much easier, and it will not, well, anyways, I will explain that at another time. Most of you understand. I have IRL here, so in real life. So this is somebody you've definitely met. You've done things with in real life. You're very tactile about being around them. I only have one F, but I'm thinking somebody likes taffy, saltwater taffy. We have New York City, maybe. Um, you met him in the city. You spent time with him in the city. I'm not getting country here. Somebody flirted with you. Or you are a big flirt. They're a big flirt. Maybe Capricorn, one of you is a big flirt. That's what I have. I'll let you write those letters down, and then I'm going to, did I read them out for you? I don't know. Let me do it again if I did. I'm sorry if I'm doing it twice. QAALRIFNDCYTTANU. Capricorn, what do we have? We have stairs for Capricorn. So I think this is somebody who's trying to keep step with you. They see you as the goat. They know that you know how to get to points of ascension, and they are trying to master a way to meet you halfway. Now, they are obviously somebody that is not in your world now. They are not part of your heart at this time. You have moved forward. They are longing to be part of your world. So they're hoping that if they can achieve things and reach certain destinies, that they can get your attention. They can hold your gaze again. They want you to see them as advanced, successful. So they're learning, they're working on new projects, they're trying to better themselves because they want your attention. They see you as, with them, mac and cheese, like a complicated dish, a dish that works, but it's complicated. And they see you as vanilla bean, somebody that might be just enough, not too much, but just enough. Somebody that they feel is their comfort. Donuts. So they were always missing the point. You might have been 2 people who would start your day maybe every Sunday with, say, a cup of coffee and a donut at a specific shop. Or this is what they would pop over at your house and they would have donuts in a bag, and they would celebrate with donuts or commiserate with donuts. But this is somebody that sometimes they would try something with you and they would hit or miss. I'm getting their recipes. Their food, the choices, the restaurants, these things, their taste. Some of this stuff worked for you and some of it did not. It was either bullseye or it was a big miss. For Capricorn, this person who can't let Capricorn go. Can I get more on this, please? Any placements for Capricorn? Okay, they might have been Scorpio. They slept on you. So the term slept on you, some of you might not know. It just kind of means that they just like overlooked you. They didn't give you the true energy you deserved, desired, or what would have been correct, right? What would have been right. This person, they neglected to kiss you enough or kiss you at the right moment. They may never have kissed you. Maybe they took their time and they overlooked you and you finally gave up on them and they realized when it's too late. Oh my, Capricorn did want me, or I didn't really respond fast enough for Capricorn, depending on your situation. So it doesn't have to be a full-on romance or anything like this. It could have been something that somebody just didn't do enough to show you they were interested. You had to move on. Yeah, Three of Cups in reverse too. It's like they didn't show up to a party, an event, something special, something very meaningful to you, for you, and they didn't celebrate with you. And so when the party was over, you had to dump all the undrank beverages out. So it's like they didn't clean up. They showed up, they drank, they had fun. They didn't help you with the meaningful stuff. They were there for the fun, and that was all they were there for. So as far as now goes, they are trying to look at this from different points of view, and they're hung up on you. So they're looking at the way things went, the way they could have gone, the what ifs. They're seeing this as a past disappointment, not a present. So I don't know how long it's been. They want to come back towards you, though. The Six of Swords in reverse. So they may have been the one that left you. You might have decided, listen, I'm not going to, because you got the Eight of Cups in reverse too. I'm not going, and it's double that they want to come back. You might have said to yourself, I'm not going to waste my life waiting on this person. I'm walking away from them. And they're wanting to come back your way, or they're hoping you come back their way. So this is somebody who's holding out hope. They could be, I said Gemini, didn't I, earlier? No, I did say Libra. We have Libra here. We have air sign. They could be watching you. They could be watching you as I'm reading this. So they're looking for you online. They're looking for you maybe in real life, because we did have that. Aries is showing up again. Mind you, this is the Fool, wanting a new beginning with you. Feeling foolish. Feeling under judgment, out of time. Feeling that they're being quiet. They're being quiet too long about their emotions. They do hold emotions for you powerfully. The world. They think the world of you. I'm seeing your shadow side come out, though. So I'm wondering if there is Cancer in their chart. I'm really getting they did not kiss you on time. They didn't show you affection on time. There was a less feeling in their kiss. You didn't get the roses, the victory. They didn't show you the honor you deserved. I see them seeing that now. Like it's finally like, oh, that's what happened. You wanted marriage and they did not, or they did not come through. You wanted them to be an open book and they would not. They were very closed off to ideas and planning and expanding, growing together. This again could have been a Taurus. So this person's not getting very much sleep at this time. They keep on going over the fairy tales, how they have happy endings, and they see the the crystal ball, and they look at it and they think they see the future with you in it, and they wonder how they can make things right. How can they come back? How can they make sure that they kiss you and respond to you the way they should, the way you want it, the way you deserve? Wow. I don't know whether we're going to have a visitor or not. We have so Capricorn, this is your reading. You may have a monitoring spirit on you because of this person. Just saying, it's your reading, so it is possible. Yeah, they could be watching you through divination. So I have a really forlorn person, somebody who really, they're lighting candles and they're looking at your photo. So this is somebody that could be talking to a spiritualist about trying to get you back into the world. Yes, 3 of Wands. They're looking to see if it's working. So Capricorn, you have somebody who wants to resurrect this. So despite the fact they didn't come through for you, I don't know. I think they may want to now. But they may be using a little divination to help them along. That is what I'm seeing for the Capricorns here. Thank you for coming through. I hope you got the letters. It's all placements, any placements. Somebody could have a cat. Now, if you have like a cat that's hanging around you, that's a stray, that could be a monitoring spirit. Now we have Aries. Aries, any and all placements possible. You get your letters. I tried to shuffle them up. Could be an air sign for Aries. You could have air sign, or maybe you, maybe the person was into fragrance. They're into fragrances. I think we have 16 here. Okay, let me roll the dice a couple times for you real quick. We'll see who they could be. Okay, you have Leo twice. You have Aquarius once. You have Libra, another Aquarius, and another Aries. So those are the ones we have on the dice. And the letters you have are F, T, N, N. Let me exchange this one for another. There we go. E, V, A, W, U, I, E, R, L, O, N, N. Okay. So you could have been a fitness person. They could be a fitness. Actually, this is more probably them than you, but it's possible that you as well. They could be a lawyer. It could be a nurse. We saw air, so they could be a respiratory therapist. VENT. Maybe they drink, what is it, Vente's? Or, like the Starbucks brand coffee. I think they have Vente. They call them Vente's. It's a size or something like that. Something about rain. It could have rained where you guys spent time at, or where you met them. It was raining. They see you as the one. They see you as the one. There is no other. You're it. We have oven. So this could be a baker, somebody who bakes, bakery. It could be a cook, a chef. There was some kind of event, maybe. Something online. You met online, maybe. There were a few people that one of you had started to try to date, and they said you were the one. You were the one. There's no other. We have rail, so like a train car. I'm not having a Y here, but I'm kind of getting only two, one and only. Maybe you're the only person that ever loved. We have five, Five. So I'm wondering if that could be in the address or something, or the phone. There's vibes. There's a lot of change in this person. Maybe the rent changed, so they moved. Okay, so we're not going to go into those kind of details, but they could have changed units. If it's a nurse, they could have changed units. You might have known them at the hospital where they worked or something like this, or respiratory therapist, RN, because we have RN here too. So you could have gone camping together, or this person likes to camp, or maybe they're camping outside your house. I don't know. We're going to do this stalker video after this if anyone is interested, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to do it when time permits, but we'll see who's stalking people, because that will help maybe clarify things a little even further. So yeah, they could truly have like a tent under a tree somewhere. Hopefully this person's not unhomed, but they might be camping out because the weather's nice, but they could be kind of like getting towards you, like traveling rail trains. And so maybe they're trying to get towards you. I mean, I don't know the situation. We're going to look into it. Okay, Aries. This person, you have microwave. So they have an oven. So this is microwave. Oh, interesting. So this is a definite somebody who cooks. They're either cooking alone or they're a culinary person. So this is definitely them. Fast results, soon and rushing. So they're trying to get towards you. The tailor, attentive to detail and pride. This is somebody who knows how to be very creative. Swimsuit. So if you're no longer together, they're remembering, or they have a snapshot of you when you're in your bathing wear. Gray hair forever. They wanted to spend forever with you. They might have told you that. Maybe one of you or both of you have gray hair now, or you giggled with each other, like over a movie or something, and said you're going to be with each other until you were old and gray, something like that. We have saffron, inner wisdom. Yeah, so this person does have some inner wisdom to them. They could as well see that in you. Chicken tikka masala. Okay, so there's more food. This person endeavors in the food culinary expertise, or they have a passion for food. Honors cultural traditions. This could be somebody with multi-ethnicities to them, within them. Can I find out the person, a little bit about the person who is having trouble letting go of the Aries? Any placement, please. Okay, they're obviously not talking to you. There is no contact. 8 of Wands in reverse. Oh, you have Ace of Cups in reverse. So I don't know if that is them. They're having trouble letting you go, but they don't show love here. Let me find out what the Ace of Cups in reverse is. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles. It's like she's crying in her pillow here. It looks like she's crying in her pillow. So for me, this is almost like they dumped the goblet because they don't feel that that it will be how do I say this? You can't receive it. You won't receive it. It's like a huge rejection. So they feel like they had to destroy it, or they did destroy it. And so they feel it's their responsibility to just dump it. There's no one else to give it to. You're the only one. It was meant for you. And if you rejected it, it's just all or not now. So because you're the only one, if they did something wrong or something happened that the two of you pulled away from each other, that I can't tell what happened as of yet. The Two of Wands, they keep an eye open for you. So I think that they're ready to restore that goblet, to refill it. They hang on to you. Two of Wands. They want to resurrect this. But you have blocked them. Yeah, Aries, if this resonates for you at all with anyone, any placements, Aries, make sure you like, please. Don't forget to like. Ten of Wands in reverse. So this is a past burden. I don't know how long ago this was. Okay, so I'll look and see if there's any kind of clue. But we have 5 show up in the Scrabble. The Tower is in reverse, so this is old news. The 5 showed up in Scrabble. It could be as far as back as 5 years ago. So this person is definitely holding on to you, though. So they might have gone through, okay, so maybe they were on a dating app or something, and they tried other people, and you were the one, and none of them that they try dating afterwards can match you. No one can make them feel like you did. No one can resurrect that goblet. You're the only one. So the Nine of Cups in reverse, yeah, there is definitely a wish fulfillment that is not being fulfilled, and it's you, the only one. And this could be a Taurus. They might have been so immature. They may have been immature. Their love for you is still there. The King of Cups, even though the Ace of Cups has been dried out, they're under judgment right now. So this could be something that is happening, like they're having a Saturn return, or something has happened where they triggered judgment. And say it's kind of like Scrooge, the ghost of Christmas past, right? So they're realizing that they can't let you go, and they're having to look at things and look at themselves. So for Aries, this person's not getting their rest, their sleepless nights, they're on guard, and they want a new beginning with you. They're watching you online. For Aries, what caused this breakdown? What caused the breakup? There was juggling. Okay, so I don't know if that was you or them. Okay, so I have to be honest, you're a fire sign. So you could have been entertaining others. I don't know. I don't know the story. No two are going to be the same. So if it was you, you really hurt them, but they still love you. They might have acted like they don't. They might have said they don't, but they still do. Now, if it's the other way around, they might feel like a complete jackass because they realize nobody can touch their heart. Nobody can fulfill the need, the want, the desire. Nobody is going to make them want to marry them. Nobody's going to make them want to spend the rest of their lives until they're gray together. They only see that with you. You're the only one. I'm going to get a little bit more, and then we're going to move forward. King of Swords. There might have been a divorce between you two. Gemini showing up the Lovers. There was a choice that was made. Somebody made a choice here. So there was somebody else that come into the picture. Can you show me how the person who is right now not over Aries, that person that we're pulling on right now, can you show me the energy in which they feel for Aries right now? Nine of Wands. They're guarded about you. Can you tell me more about that? Judgment, because of how you judge them, how you'll judge them. They're losing sleep, they're guarded, and they're worried. I think that they're hoping that they could have a victory. If they brought you flowers and they said, listen, I still love you, you're in my heart, I want to try this again, I think they want to try this. They are manifesting you. So if you're feeling them, especially in your sleep hours, you aren't mistaken. If it's been 5 weeks, 5 days, 5 months, 5 years, that is your person. They could be Leo. They have Leo in the chart. And I did call Leo out too. There are a lot of signs that called out for you on this. You might need to rewind, but I did put a lot of signs out for you. But yes, we're going to do this docking series afterwards, tomorrow maybe. That might help too. So if you need more pieces of this mystery. Thank you for coming in, Aries. Please rewind if you need to for the letters and listen to all your signs because you might have more in here than you think. Now I gotta figure out what is what here because my boys were on the table and they kind of messed it up. Okay, I think that we have, wait a minute, we have Aquarius coming next. Okay, Aquarius, you're up. I'm gonna pull your letters and get your dice first. This is all placements, any placements. But before I do, Aquarius, let me just check to see if anyone has left any messages. Okay, currently I'm not seeing anything, but let me go through the studio real quick and check. Now, Jackie is the only one I am absolutely certain has a question. Now, I heard from some of you. Carrie, Delaney, thank you so much. I don't know if either of you had questions. I think Carrie did about the full moon, but I think I answered the full moon reading. So I don't know if I touched on what you needed on that. But if there's any personal question you need answered, touched on, anybody, okay, as long as you're a subscriber, please do subscribe if you're not. Please leave me a message over in the community and I will try and grab that before the stream's over. Okay, all any placements, okay? This is who is having trouble letting you go, and it could be timeless. It could be anyone, anytime in your life. It could be very recent. We'll see. Now, you're one of the few, there are 5 of you, 5 signs that got what could be multiples, but we're not going to go there if they're multiples or not. But what we're going to do is we're going to, if you've already heard me, we're going to do stalker messages or stalker reading. I'm going to do who is stalking you and why, or something like this. It could be love. It doesn't have to be. For the next upcoming reading, I tried to get as many readings as I could out that were germane to this full moon. So that is the reason why some of the intensity has been released in the last couple days. I wanted to get it out of the way. Now, stalking is kind of a par for the course, everyday kind of deal for readers and for people who are aficionados of listening. So let me make sure that I have 16 letters before I get going on this for you, Aquarius. Okay, I think I have 16 letters here. I'm going to roll the dice for you 2 times, which gives you 6 options or 6 potentialities of the person who is having trouble releasing, letting go of Aquarius. You have another Aquarius. That could be a Leo, mind you. That they could be in their shadow. Could be that something happened in your season too. Scorpio and Aries. Virgo, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. Okay, your letters are K, T, G, D, R, T, S, I, Y. in, in. Let me drop this third in just a second. G, A, E, O, another E. I hope you had your notepad. I'm so sorry I didn't say that sooner. But if you know the drill, if you were listening to the other ones, you know. Okay, so, I have right here REY and RAY. You have son, SON. Somebody might have a son. Maybe you have their son. Okay, so Aquarius, you could be the mother or the father of their son. Somebody who speaks English. Somebody who, they collect angels. They see you as an angel, maybe. I don't have the L, but I'm seeing it kind of here. Funny, we have two G's here. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Somebody who likes the band Dire Straits. I'm not getting it completed, but I got DIRE. You have the key to their heart, KEY. Well, that's pretty much makes a lot of sense since they are not getting over you. You have the key. You are the key. Oh, wow. Dorothy, you know, you're not in Kansas anymore. Could be that they are into that. Follow the yellow brick road. Maybe the two of you watched a lot of Wizard of Oz together. You collected the statues. You're into magic. You ate a lot of takeout, TAKE. Maybe somebody had to help you change your tire or vice versa. You could have played laser tag. Oh, somebody greeted you at some point. There was a greeting. There was a, like, I don't know, like a handshake and a smile. Like there's a memory of you two when you met, the greeting, the first meeting. Somebody likes to go snow skiing or water skiing. The name Gregory, Gregeth, no, not Gregeth, Gregor. Why would I say Gregeth? Kentucky, Tennessee, Arizona. I don't know. There's no Z here. I was looking at the end like a Z here. Oregon, Oregon. I don't see the O, but there is somewhat Oregon here. So I am going to let you play with those letters when you rewind and use your notepad on that. Aquarius, I have cards for you that I've already pulled, and then we will go to the tarot. All placements, any placements. Okay, Aquarius, you have greenhouse. Growth, success, and maturity. This person has grown. Since you and they were in a romantic connection and or there was a connection of some kind that could have developed and did not, depending on your situation, they have grown. They have had positive results and success since they have applied themselves to self-growth and improvement. They're an adventurer, is maybe with volcanoes. This is somebody who likes to rock climb, or they're an outdoorsy person. They're very responsible. They are now. Okay, they may not have been with you. This is somebody who's having trouble letting you go. So you may have gone hiking with them, rock climbing, and or you know that they have a hot temper. They used to blow the top. They have found a way to work through those tempers, those spewing of anger and hostility. This person's grown. It's funny. We had in the Aquarius, this is funny, just like the last time we did. Virgo, I think, or no, was it Capricorn? Aries. It's funny, you got ruby for the gemstone, for them, recharging. It takes me to Wizard of Oz, the ruby slippers, but they're actually in the book, they're silver, but the film, it was supposed to be ruby. Black hole void. This person completely turned around. When you two quit knowing each other, broke up, whatever happened, they went into a total black hole. They went into a dark phase. They may have gone quite literally to Mexico where there was like some kind of volcano, and they sipped on mojitos and they tried to find themselves and turn themselves around. This is somebody who is, they're kind of in a calm phase in life. They're tranquil. I'm getting if they didn't used to be able to handle the liquor, they do now. Now it's just occasional. It's for vacations. It's for special occasions. It's frou-frou drinks. It's not like guzzling or doing what people do when they get drunk, right? And so this is somebody who they're looking for relaxation. That's what they do. And this person's not letting you go. Now, I don't know yet that they might be. I mean, if we see a lot of cups or we see the energy to substantiate this, they may not be losing themselves, say, in sauce, right? They have water lily. This is somebody who's really grown, because you have to, with the water lily, go into the mud and come right back up and out. This is somebody who's very, very spiritually inclined. This is somebody who's found themselves. They aren't the same person you used to know. I don't know how long it's been, but we have greenhouse. It's almost like they are the water lily. It's like they have turned themselves around. This is a total renewal. Okay, so it's kind of a mystery to me. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for you on them. For Aquarius, can we tell Aquarius a little bit about who this is that cannot seem to get over, because they're not giving it away here in the rest of the energy? The name Tina is here, I think, too. Tina. That's for somebody. We have Ode as well, Ode, and Odin, Oden, not I-N, but we have both. But I'm thinking ode, like a poem, like maybe somebody who writes poems when they're relaxing after they've been, like, say, at the summit at some volcano or some place that's dormant that they've climbed, right? This is somebody who writes poems about you, maybe, or they read love stories, poems, and they think of you. They have you deeply within their heart still. But that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, this is somebody who may have owned a business, or they do presently. I think they might have such success that they do now. They didn't before. I feel that this is somebody who, they let go of you because they knew that it wasn't working. It did not work. Either you rejected them or they did something. One of you did something to end this. It does not look like sour grapes, but Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Emperor, their release of you, it helped them align so they could find success, but maybe so they could be successful to you. I don't know if you've ever seen the film About Last Night, but the original with Rob Lowe and Demi Moore, it was like they had a relationship that was bumpy. It was good for the first few months because they had great sex, right? As she said to him, right? And after they started getting used to the rigmarole of being in a relationship and it become uneasy to him, he messed up and he cheated on her. Then they moved apart. This is a spoiler if you've not seen it. Anyways, he had a dream that he had only uncovered because he shared with her, and she had prompted him many times that he needed to get to that dream. He ignored it and evaded her on that every step. Instead, carnal lust was his only intention. When he finally was devoid of her and he went into darkness, as this card was, right? It was only then that he realized, I need my dream. Maybe then she'll recognize me shine. She'll see me be Danny, the owner of the restaurant. That's what his name was, Dan. And we do have the name Dan over here, I think, or no, I saw it for, we don't actually. We have Ken, like the opposite of Barbie, right? No, but we did for the last sign. No, we do have Dan, Dan, we do. So it could be Dan. Okay. So anyways, in the restaurant, he runs into her when she's riding her bike and she's seeing the company ball game. So she stops to talk to him. And he says, there's a cute little restaurant. You might want to give it a shot. It's a new place, new little diner. And she says, a new place, it's kind of cute. Watch it. If you've never seen it, watch it. This is what I'm getting here. This could be somebody that you had a really good chemistry with, that they dropped the ball on you, that maybe they weren't comfortable because they weren't fully developed in ways, and you helped them see things, but yet they weren't big enough, mature enough to focus on those things. And they finally focused when they didn't have you on those things. Then they realized the only thing left was you. So they are now the emperor. This is somebody who is still very, very sexually attracted to you. I would say the devil, Six of Cups, they see you as a soulmate. The devil, I think they're very obsessed about you. This card here, it implies to me that they're afraid of how they feel about you. The moon showed up too. And they sleep and dream of you. So the emperor showed up. They're a better person, but I don't know where they stand. I think in time they might want to come to you, but you're still someone that they really can't let go of. I don't know if they have other someones. I mean, this could be that you're a couple people they think about. Let me find out. How does this person really feel right now about the Aquarius? Any placements? Because they are hanging on. So what they're hanging on to is the Tower. It never left. It is still in reverse. So they're still living the moment. I don't think they moved on. Are they with somebody now? Is there somebody laying next to them at night? The world. They may be dating. They're watching online. They're looking at people online. They're possibly mingling, dating, flirting. And they are looking for the Empress. They are looking for their divine counterpart. Do they think that Aquarius is their divine counterpart? Four of Swords and the Strength. Queen of Swords, that's your energy. Yes, this person believes you are their divine feminine or masculine, whichever way. And they have created a life for themselves. It's just they don't have a person on the other side of the bed or sitting next to them, right? Whatever the case is, right? The throne. Queen of Pentacles. They know you're a nurturer. That is what I'm seeing. Can I get a little more from this person towards the Aquarius? The feelings. The Emperor. They feel that they are your person. They're emphatic about it. I mean, this has come out more than one time now. So they are emphatic that they are your person. But they're also living in the Tower in reverse. This person's not let go of the pain that they had because they had to let you go. So maybe they feel in some way they had to sacrifice this. I don't know what happened in your story. Maybe they had to sacrifice this union so they could be successful and have that dream that they wanted, that they want you now. So maybe they realized in the progress that they were getting, they were starting to shine. They're like, well, why can't I show all these good moments to Aquarius? I want to see Aquarius smiling at me at this. I want to see what Aquarius feels like when they see me in this position. I want to see the look in Aquarius's eyes that I made it because I promised I would and I wasn't delivering, but now I have. So this is somebody I think that really wants you to see them shine. There's an old Gina Easton song that's coming to mind too, When He Shines. And so it could be a man who you didn't believe in because, or a woman that you didn't believe in because they kept on letting you down, or they kept on making promises they would do this or that to make that success that they had hoped for, they had wanted. But they let you down. It seems like they couldn't do it when you were together, but there may have been another person, another choice, that it was at play on one of your sides too. And it was more lust. So I would say another person may have gotten in the way in this connection. But in the end, they realized the focus was their dream for their corporation, business, something artistic, some kind of endeavor. But you are now the only thing missing to add to that. So that's the reason why. So despite the fact you may not want them back or you're already with somebody, they still look at you and they think, well, what if I can still have my Aquarius by my side too? Because it's what I really ultimately want. That's what I'm getting. So we're going to do this, who is stalking you, so that might help. So stay tuned for the next one. Okay. And that gets us into the groove of Libra. Libra, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Aquarius, for being here and for the support. Okay, I am going to roll the dice for you 2 times. We're going to get you some letters, and then we're going to do tarot. Any placements for Libra? We have your shadow twice, Aries. We have Taurus. We have another Aries. So your shadow is real strong here. We have a Pisces and a Sagittarius. For Libra, we need 16 letters. I heard a phone ringing in the background. Somebody could be expecting a call. Okay, you might want your notepad for this. Libra, you're the only one that I've seen so far get the Z, as in the last letter of the alphabet. URVHLOIGUSIEET. Let me put this third E back. Have we got another E? Let me see. It's very stubborn. You got another O. So there's 2 O's. You've got a lot of duplicates, but let's see what happens. This person obviously still loves you. LOVE. Yes. So somebody ghosted somebody here. You or they ghosted the other, or at some point, maybe at the end. Maybe you're in a ghosting situation right now. Somebody said some very vile things to the other. VILE. Somebody hosted something. Somebody drives an SUV. Maybe you're seeing SUVs go by your house. It could be them watching you. Yes, watching you in real life, IRL. You might have known them for quite some time. They think you're hot still. They keep an eye on you. They're hot on your tail. That's what I'm seeing. They're hot on your tail. Like they're following you. I don't know where you're going. The name Lee, Lee. The name Riley, I don't see a Y this time. Riles. Something about being out. Maybe this is the same gender kind of thing. Maybe you guys are the same gender. Or maybe this is somebody who come out of the closet. Maybe they are confused. Because I think I'm seeing virgin here, or it's not entirely spelled. So somebody was curious. Maybe they didn't go all the way with somebody who was of the same gender. Maybe they walked out away from you, and I'm seeing the name Shirley. Maybe I'm thinking Shirley Valentine. This could have been a relationship that was a long marriage. You had children, maybe. Maybe the two of you spent a lot of time at the beach. We have oil, thinking olive oil. Yeah, somebody likes seashells. They like to go to the beach, olive oil. It is possible that someone here wants to extend an olive branch to you, or you tried and you were rejected, and this person finally come around. I don't know. We're going to put the letters away. I hope you got them, Libra. And we are going to see what we have on the cards, and then we will check the tarot too. Okay, so this person has been watching you celebrate family. I'm getting Taurus, Capricorn energy. They have watched you celebrate something. So you got like an award, a certificate, you passed something, you were initiated, and they watched from afar, or you didn't know they were watching, or they were behind a mask. So this is somebody who has been tailgating you, watching you. They're shadowing you. You are being stalked possibly by somebody in the real. The SUV, it could be a rental, so you wouldn't know who they are, right? And we have bell pepper, spice up your life. This is somebody who remembers you as very spicy. So whatever the chemistry was you two had, you were the hot one of the two. They recognize you as hot, spicy, wild. So yes, we have simplicity. So you might have them blocked. They may be wearing like camouflage, so they just fade into the scenery. They're trying to be like everyone else, just Joe Nobody, right? You have pool table here. So if you like to shoot pool, they could show up at the place you go and they are just blending in. It says fight for your ideas, even if they seem risky. So they might be blending in at some place that you go, like a pub or just a place, throwing darts, pool, just certain things just to unwind, right? Longevity, cantaloupe. They like cantaloupe. They're really in their heart chakra with you. Longevity. You had a long time thing with them. They were looking for it to be longer or to go on and not end. Okay. For Libra, can you tell me about this person who does not want to let Libra go? They're having trouble letting Libra go. Can you tell me a little bit more about this person who is having trouble letting Libra go? And I'm going to shake these letters up too. Ouch. Almost broke my finger. On the bottom of the deck, we have Page of Swords. They are keeping a close eye on you. Six of Cups. At the time you were together, they felt like there was definitely soulmate chemistry there. They've come out of hermit mode. So this is somebody who was watching you online perhaps, and they had to finally come out of hermit mode to see you in person, to spy on you on person. They're also coming out of a phoenix rising from the ashes moment in their lives. So renewal. Maybe this breakup made them have to reinvent who they are. Some time ago, maybe 6 months ago, I don't know if you were talking to them, if you knew them at that time, they may have received some kind of a certificate themselves, some kind of accolades. So they received acknowledgement, 6 of Wands. I think this is something that they chose between either you or them, or you or it. So what it is that in 6 months' time, they started to excel in, that they received acknowledgement of, they could have had you, and I think that they dropped you so they could be more successful at what it was they were trying to achieve in life. Yeah, because Four of Wands is in reverse here. They might have seen you as a twin. Maybe you shared a house. This might have been an earth sign. I mean, we did see some Capricorn and Taurus, I think, didn't we? I got the devil now, so there's definitely Capricorn energy. They're obsessed with you. He showed up again. Can you tell me more about the feelings of the person who's lingering in the energy of Libra now? This person who is having trouble letting Libra go. Kind of get some more energy on that. Okay, so they have messages they've not yet sent you. They've been holding on to. Eight of Wands in reverse. They have things they want to say. There's something that they read on you, or they had a reader give information on you that they're holding back on telling you about. So it could be that the reader said, listen, you're not destined to be together, or there's something going on with Libra and someone else, or there's something here that the reader told them that they're not telling you. It has to do with a very unhappy event that will lead to unhappy future together. Ten of Cups in reverse. So the reader had told them that they would not be, you two would not be happily ever after. So they might have believed the reader and pulled out of this connection, despite knowing you were soulmates, despite knowing that to them, you were their wish fulfillment. Maybe they believed what the reader said, and they took up and took off. They didn't listen to their own intuition. So how are they feeling now about Libra? Pretty vulnerable where you're concerned. They're feeling pretty vulnerable. They're wanting a renewal. They're studying on you. They're not willing to speak to you, though, at this time. So you have the Eight of Wands in reverse, and now you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So either there's some truth they can't speak, or they just don't want to speak yet. They're not ready. They don't know what to say. Maybe they don't have the words. They're confused as to what to say to you. For Libra, please. We have Taurus, and the Taurus energy is in reverse. So this is somebody who is not ready, not right in the mind to get married. They could be a Taurus or Scorpio. Libra, this person, I'm getting this person's been to a lot of readers, and it's kind of like, I think it's ruined this connection. Quite honestly, it looks like you both have been seeing readers on each other, and it's brought a lot of drama to this connection. Yeah, they once thought that they were your divine counterpart, but it's coming out in reverse now. So the reader told them that you were karmic, and maybe you weren't. I don't know. I don't know your story, and no two Libras are going to have the same story. But is the person listening? Can I find out if the person listening, is this true? Were these two people not really supposed to be divinely together? Well, it is unfinished business. We have the wheel in reverse. Can I find out if they are divine pair? Are they divine pair? Can you tell me what the Two of Cups in reverse means? Okay, so this person heard that there would be Ten of Cups in reverse, that there was no happily ever after between you two, and that they believed they were your counterpart, your divine counterpart. And I'm getting all these empty cups now. So I'm getting that maybe they weren't. They found out that that's the truth, but they still feel, so their heart still feels a certain way about you. But yet the readers gave them, and so it did not take a natural course, this relationship, because the two of you were getting readings. And it's kind of making me feel like, quite honestly, like maybe it could have had better potential if there hadn't been such a high scope of wish on this, because it created like a wandering eye in this connection. So this person may have ventured into different territories, and I'm getting maybe of the same gender. I could be wrong, but that's what we got in the but they did not, it does not look like they went all the way. So if you wonder that, it does not look like all the way. But again, I think that the moral of this story is maybe the two of you have clung too tightly to having readings when you should have been living the relationship out without having others reading for you how things would play out. And so the reader influenced the decisions, behaviors in this connection for one or both of you. This person's holding on though, because they think, I think they're thinking, what if we hadn't done this? What if we go back and we don't do this? I'm going to try and get these all upright and see where we get. The uprights, quite honestly, are useful, but sometimes they can be very confusing when you start seeing the repeats especially. So let me just shuffle and get correct. And let's get standing upright, not hanging upside down like we're in a plane with our seatbelts tethering us in, wondering if we're going to fall. Because it does have that kind of feeling about it, like you're upside down and you just don't know. But I think that the two of you were getting either your own readings and or other readings. I saw tons of reading, involved in this connection on both sides. So be it the two of you study tarot or you just do it for fun, you two were leaning on it too strongly, and I think it might have soured and or deadened what could have been. So even if it wasn't divine, it could have been something better maybe. I don't know. Let's just find out. This person who is hanging on to Libra, who can't let them go. Can you tell me a little more about this person who cannot let Libra, any person, go? Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Okay, disappointment after working with others and judgment's coming out. So yes, they're observing. They're observing that judgment is now, it's like the hornet is blaring in their ears, like, wow, this is where we messed up, letting a third party instruct, how this relationship was supposed to go. Letting third parties look into our personal, you know what I'm saying? You relied on it so much, they did too. You might not have, it might have been more them, but there was a lot of it. You did it somewhere, I'm sure. But this is them realizing that that is where the error was. The two of you were more looking at this in an analytical fashion, not really a heartfelt fashion. And it led to a Ten of Swords. So it could have been somebody said something that maybe a reading was inaccurate and somebody laid down some blame. They said, listen, the reader told me, or I know about you doing, and maybe it wasn't true. And maybe the facts weren't right. So this Ten of Swords, what is this? Yes, this caused a renewal of your person who can't get over you. They're in their head now. Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands. They want to come back to you. They know it's a burden. Okay, they know it's a burden, but they do see you as their wish fulfillment, so they can't let you go. So are they still getting massive readings on the Libra? Ace of Swords, yes. Okay, so they want clarity. They always need clarity. This is somebody who has to have the answer. They have to know. They have to know. They have to know. They can't just let things happen. They can't wait till life happens. And this is somebody that feels like they have to have some kind of sense of control of their world. That's what I have for you, Libra. I hope it helped. Be well, and thanks for coming through. Okay, we have Cancer, and I wanted to shake up these letters a little bit. How's that for ASMR? Cancer, we're going to roll the dice for you a couple times, see who we could be talking about here. This person who is having trouble letting you go. Leo, Scorpio, and Leo again. So Cancer, you have two Leos here. That's fixed energy. You have another Scorpio, more fixed energy, and you have two Aries. So you're kind of stuck with just three different zodiac signs, but it doesn't have to be them. It could also be their shadows. let me just get to the cards and then we will do your Scrabble. Well, actually, no, the cards come after the Scrabble. Let's get the letters. Yeah, clarification there. See, Spirit is with us. Spirit is always with us. Okay, so we're going to get 16 letters for you. Okay, you'll need a notepad for this if you really, really want to get the most out of it. So you have TAGMOHTPEREVSPUL. So I'm seeing mother here out the gate. Okay, Cancer, you could be the mother. They could be the mother of your children. Okay, that could be the case here. Something about GPA, so, or Gap, like shopping at the Gap, right? Old Navy Gap. Grandpa, GPA, grade point average. I've got Tulsa, like Oklahoma, maybe. Right here, Utah, maybe, UT. So, like some of the others, this person sees you as very hot. If you're not a mother, they think that you would make a wonderful mother of their children. Opposite, if you're the guy here, they might think that, you'd make a good dad. It's not here, but I mean, flip it if you have to. So you paved the way in something in their life. You've shown them something. You have 2 P's here. I don't know if I called them both out, but I do see 2 P's, which is funny. We didn't have any P's before, so that shaking did help. Somebody, this person, okay, who they might have bad etiquette. I'm just going to say that right now. This person might have bad etiquette in public. They might embarrass you. They slurp, like Slurpee, SLURP. And, so this is somebody who could be formerly military. They could be grumpy, but I have like Forrest Gump here, GUMP. You might have pet peeves that bother them, or you bother them, maybe one way or the other. I'm not sure. I think it's more what way they see. Maybe you have a pet peeve or something. But you're real. This person sees you as really real. Maybe you two have been to a hotel. I am strongly getting veteran. The name Peter, P-E-T, Peter. The name Tom, T-O-M. Somebody might have said they hated the other. You could have said, I hate you. Don't come back. Maybe you used to say, tag, you're it. We have Sag. So there could have been a Sag as a third party, or somebody has that in their chart. Maybe you have both in your name. There's a lot of tug of war here. Not your name, your chart. Sorry. I meant your name. Your chart. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Somebody wears a hat. Somebody could be in Britain, Pennsylvania. Somebody likes to jog or ride a bike, maybe on a trail. I don't have an eye, but I'm kind of seeing that here. Somebody likes snakes, or they like military. Oh, this is somebody who could fly drones or aircraft in the military. Somebody could have visited or live in Peru. P-E-R-U, Peru. Somebody could be Persian. You're their person. The name Velma could mean something to someone. The name Tate, T-A-T-E. You're getting the T here, T-E-A. You like to get the T. Maybe you read T too. The name Sue, there could be a lawsuit, but the name Sue, like Susan. I'm going to let you go ahead and finish those letters, and I'm going to give you your cards and your tarot on this person who is having trouble letting you go, Cancer. This person could work for the government. GOV. We did have military. I don't know. That probably counts, right? Okay, so you have this person's energy saying thief, seize the moment, and selfishness. They might have stolen something from you. I had a reading I did, I think, today or yesterday on one of the parts that somebody might have done that. So you might want to listen to the full moon readings. Unicorn, do you believe in magic? I think this person may have taken something so they could put something on you for monitoring purposes and or yeah, that's what I'm getting strongly. I'm getting ringing right now really, really intensely. They want to be able to see you with their third eye and watch you through means of another's eyes. So this is somebody who took like an article of clothing, a lock of hair, a fingernail clipping. We have seaweed, what's growing beneath the surface. So they're manifesting something right now where you're concerned. Cancer. Crown, you need to be the most important person in your own life. This person is realizing they need to be important, so they're donning the crown. They're giving them self-love, self-love. The peacock, true colors. Their pride is growing, their confidence. So I don't know what this means, though. Let me find out. What is this thief energy for Cancer? What is this thief energy for Cancer? The Hangman. It could have been Pisces or a Virgo. Aquarius. This is somebody who either is monitoring you, you had conflict with. I kind of feel like this is the person that, because we are reading, that they are in love. You know, it's basically love, I think, mostly, right? There was conflict, there was drama between you and them. So somebody come between you two. Lovers. They could have been a Gemini. So how does this person feel about Cancer now? Okay, they're aroused by you. The Knight of Wands. The world. They're watching you online. They're wondering if there's another beginning that you two can begin. Aquarius energy here. Queen of Swords. You could have been divorced from this person. You and this person may have been married, or it felt like you were married. This person could be a night owl. Seven of Cups. This person's confused where you and they stand. Three of Swords. They've never gotten over the heartache. So it could have been 3 months ago, 3 years ago. Could have been 3 months ago. And it could go as far back as 30 years ago even. They're harnessing their strength, their inner strength. They're being strong. Can you tell me more about this person? Okay, we have the Empress. So you may have tried to have a baby together, and or once upon a time, this person wanted to give you a baby. They could have been considered the one person that the two of you maybe were going to be, right? Married, children, the whole thing, divinely, right? Let's find out more about this Empress. Judgment. And judgment had been called on this. So this is ended. I think it was a choice that was made. Another person, another third party come in. So this was nullified. Judgment says 8 of Cups, yes. The walking away. So you walked away from this person, the Aquarius energy here, and you healed. This person was talking with others. For Cancer's person, can I find out more? As I said, it could even be Leo. It doesn't have to be Aquarius because the shadow is Leo. You had a lot of Leo show up on the dice, I think. for this person with Cancer. Were the divine partners, these two? Were they? Page of Pentacles. It was immature. It was immature energy. This may have happened some time back. Yeah, you walked away from it. It was a brand. It was not a. Didn't have chance for growth. That's what I'm getting. It didn't harvest. It didn't make it to harvest. There was just too much drama. Five of Wands. How does this person? How are they seeing Cancer now? Magician. They're trying to manifest you. If you're feeling it, they are trying to manifest you. Judgment. They're waiting for some kind of sign. They're waiting for the results of what they're trying to manifest. So if they are saying their prayers, you know, on you, your image, they're trying to bring you back in. If they are, then they're looking for results. So there is still love, and I'm getting it from your side, oddly enough, because it's coming towards the energy. I mean, the direction here, it's coming towards the energy of the other person. So maybe you still love this person to some level. The Knight of Cups is not a fully grown energy. It's not a page, but it's certainly not a king. What is this Knight of Cups for the Cancer? The Queen of Wands. You're really attracted to this person still, and there's still a little bit of love there. That's what I see, Cancer. Can I find out more about this person? How is it that they are hanging on and they can't let go of the Cancer? Page of Swords. They keep an eye on you. Page of Swords. They keep an eye on you. Eight of Swords. They're in their head about you. Okay. How long has it been? Taurus, 5. I'm getting 5. So 5 days, 5 months, 5 years. Obviously 5 days seems a little too short. So most people it's going to be 5 weeks, 2 months, or years. There might be some kind of journal that your person, Cancer, is reading where your name keeps on coming up. They're reminiscing, they're ruminating on you. At the same time, they're trying to manifest you back. And we have Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. So take this whichever way you need to. Ace of Pentacles makes me feel like they're hoping there could be a ring, a promise, a new beginning, and or courtship, because we saw, you know, the Hierophant, you know, that could be a marriage, right? They're hoping there's still a chance. They're hoping it could still happen. And don't lie to me. I saw you still love them. We said what we saw, so I'm not going to go back there. And you can deny all you want. I think there's still something there on both sides, but something did go wrong. So that is what I'm seeing for the Cancer. So if it wasn't a lengthy time, and this fits your person that you can think of right now, they might be a fire sign. Yeah, I'm getting Leo and Sag the most strong, but Aries, I think, was mentioned here too. They have a lot of passion for you. Yeah, Aries is on the dice too. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing. So there'll be a stalking reading, who's your stalker, that kind of thing. That will be on the next reading. You might want to listen for that one. It might give you more details. I hope this was helpful, Cancer. Be well, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Pisces, you're next. How are you doing, Pisces? We're going to get you some letters. We're going to get you your dice. Okay, if you have a notepad, these are your letters. TOTBADWBQASUOIEO. So I'm getting Susie or Sue, some kind of variation of Sue. We're getting QT and BB. So somebody might have said, you're a QT, or keep this on the QT, or you're my BB, like my baby. Maybe you're a baddie. This person may have been very sad. They might have thought you were a baddie. Maybe they were sad because I have Bambi here. Maybe there's somebody got sad to Disney's Bambi. The name Wade, WADE. The name Tad, TAD. I'm getting Saudio, or like Saudi Arabia. I'm getting out. Maybe baseball, because we have the B for baseball. I'm going to let you play with these letters, and I'm going to give you... Did I give you the dice? Oh, wow, I hope I didn't. I am getting to the end of this because I am starting to fade a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get with this. We're going to do the dice. I don't think I did them. So let's get to the dice. For you, Pisces. You have Libra, Taurus, and Cancer. You have Leo, Scorpio, and Libra. The only thing that's twice is Libra. So there's a lot of balance this person feels you bring, and they could be Libra. There could be Libra in your chart or theirs, but this is mostly probably theirs, I would say. Or that's a timing deal. Something happened in those months. Okay, this person's an alchemist. So whoever they are, they're really good at balancing and inventing things and destroying if they need to, so they can create something new, fresh, implementing what it is they wish to implement to something. We have pansies. They may have given you pansies. Dear to my heart. They feel that you are dear to their heart. Door. Think outside the box. So they may be wanting to knock on your door. They drive by your door. They keep a watch on your door. Disco ball. Dance like nobody is watching. This person likes to dance. They are very creative with their body. You're the only one that got this or got anything like this so far. So this person, they may send monitoring spirits that might not be of the most upright, like way. Capricorn had something, but not in a nefarious way. But you need to protect your energy. I have evil eye right here. So yes, you need to protect your energy, Pisces. No, I did have kind of a heavy reading for you, as a matter of fact, on the moon reading, the full moon, which was just before this. It was part 2 of the Scorpio full moon. You may need to listen to that one. We're going to do this stocking reading after this, maybe tomorrow if I have the energy to bring it out. The more that I get love here, the more thumbs up I get, the more I know that people are actually liking what they're getting, and I can give more. So I'll return sooner. I appreciate it if you wouldn't mind doing that. Please do thumb up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. I've noticed that 1 out of 4 people aren't. For Pisces, can you tell me about this person who is not letting Pisces go? They're having trouble. Four of Pentacles, quite obviously, they're stuck on you. The world, they're watching you online any way they can. So again, have the evil eye protection up, okay? This could be a fire sign, and on the dice I see a Leo still. So it could be a Leo, it does not have to be. 2 of Swords. You are blocking them very well though, but this is them blocking you from seeing them watch you. So keep blocking them, because they are looking to me like they're not coming across as noticeable. They could be camouflaging themselves. so that you won't notice them, and or they're not detectable. Maybe they are catfishing you, even say on social media. You're showing up the Hangman. That's you. They're watching you. The Tower. You brought a tower. They're remembering the Tower. How do they feel about that Tower? The Knight of Pentacles. They're slow to process it. They're slow to process the end. They don't recognize it's over between you. We have the Death card here. So it might have happened in Scorpio season. They are slow to process it. It's like they're not accepting it. It does not register. When you say no, no means no. You told them to talk directly and be honest. They want to bring truth now, clarity. But you said, don't come near me until you are coming up, coming right towards me, speaking right, correctly. So I want to say that I saw a Sagittarius energy, which was a horse, right? And he was carrying, or she, a sword in the mouth. Now, if this person has ever been violent, this could be an inference that you really need to protect. I'm only saying this because to patchwork it with the reading I did prior, you could have had a relationship with somebody who you no longer want because they were wrong towards you in abusive ways, right? So I would definitely be careful with this person. They don't seem to think it's over. They're disappointed about something in the situation. With the Five of Cups, they do see you as their legacy, the 10 of Coins, and the Two of Cups, their soulmate. So I think that maybe you need to see the other reading if you have Pisces in your chart, if any of this should resonate, but they're going to come at you quickly. I think between now and as soon as Cancer season, you may also want to listen to Cancer's reading on the moon portion, not this last one that I did, but maybe the moon part. This person could be drinking spirits. They could be they may live like down the street, across the way from you, within like a very close distance. This person is staring at your pictures. They're marveling at your beauty, your whatever it is that they think of how you look. They're marveling at it. They might be even painting you like you're a muse. They're thinking back to when you were lovers. There might be pictures on their phone that they have of you and them together, and or maybe in certain circumstances you two were intimate and there's pictures they're looking at. So if you recently moved and away from them and there's monitoring spirits on you, they could be hoping that they're moving in with you again. There's a Fool, or they're wanting to move in with you. There's a Fool energy here with luggage. So I'm going to say that this person may be thinking, and they might not be getting the memo registering in their head. It's over. When it's over, it's over. This is somebody I don't think that's really got the memo. This is somebody who maybe not recognizing you ran away from them. If you did, okay, if you did. Six of Swords. You went away from them to get away from them. Yeah, I see somebody who had to be very resourceful to leave something. So Pisces, I think this is somebody you don't want, but all Pisces are different. Not all are the same. Some of this could have resonated, not all of it, but it depends. I might be picking up on one particular Pisces. So therefore, I'm just going to leave it here and let you figure out the rest. But look at the rest of your signs if it doesn't all fit you, or at all even. But thank you for coming in, Pisces. And I'm going to move into reading Taurus. Happy birthday again, Taurus. And Pisces, please stay safe. If this does fit, if this person was somebody who was not all upstairs. I'm also getting like, there's an old movie called Play Misty for Me, way back, Clint Eastwood. But there's also movies that some of us are aware of that are like Fatal Attraction and others, where people get involved and somebody's not really well and they don't realize it's done, it's over, and they don't want to admit it's over. So it gets violent, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping you don't have a situation like that one. Okay, the letters we have for you, Taurus, are O, S, A, T, F, S, J, E, X, A, E, I, B, R, E, F. So this could have been once upon a time your best friend. You consider them a best friend, right? They could be an air sign. They don't have to. You could have joked and called them sir, like maybe you guys were official. You had sex, or this is them remembering your sex with them. Okay, they're like obsessing on it maybe. So Texas could play a role here. You could be from Texas. You visited Texas. Maybe they've moved there. So somebody sly as a fox. Maybe they said you're a fox. You do see them as your ex, or their ex got in the way. This relationship was axed. Maybe you called them an SOB. No joke, it's here, SOB. Maybe a job had required more attention, so this ended due to a job. I don't know. San Francisco's coming up. Could mean something to somebody. Somebody could have literally, I hope not, okay? But I have FIST. So it's kind of like the Pisces energy. Maybe somebody had, well, you could be a boxer. I mean, you're a Taurus, right? But maybe somebody showed their fists, like, don't come any further. I will use unnecessary, like I don't want to be, but if I have to, I will, right? Somebody sees you as rare. You might have met on the job. Maybe they're a seer. This is somebody that's very spiritual and they can see with their third eye. Maybe it made you uncomfortable. Maybe they were watching you with their third eye. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. 3 or 2 rolls, 3 dice for Taurus. You have Aquarius, Libra, and Sagittarius. Any placements? Maybe the timing. You have Cancer, Capricorn, and Leo. Okay, so the founder. This is somebody that is part of a spiritual community, and it's no joke, we saw seer here. So this person has very strong abilities to see with their third eye, and or maybe in the 5D they visit in dream space and or astral travel, so that they don't even have to be asleep. So they have armor around their heart. This person's having trouble letting you go, so you probably got locked in there. They're very spiritual. They could be Sagittarius again because we have a sunflower here. Hidden feelings. Yeah, they have locked down their feelings and they have not recovered them. They have not, let's say, they're trying not to look at those feelings. So as they ice up their heart, they're still spiritual, but they're working with an iced, frosty heart. So they're not to the full capacity, but you're locked in there, like almost like you're a ghost that's there faintly. And they recognize you, they feel you. They're trying not to put a lot of energy into you, but you're the only thing allowed because you're stuck in there. So it's kind of like they trapped you in there, your heart, their heart, you're in their heart. They trapped you when they locked it down, but they don't realize that you're still there. That's why they keep on going back to, I can't let go of Taurus. I can't. They don't realize what they did. So if they are using monitoring spirits with you, it could be through birds. So if you see a lot of feathers around, if you have a feeling you have eyes on you, monitoring spirits, it would be birds. And this person's very spiritual. So there's a community that the two of you knew each other at. You might have looked to them for guidance. This is somebody who might have made you feel a certain way. The name Sarah is here, I think. The name Rob is here, R-O-B. I think we have the whole thing, Robert. Maybe on the feminine side, there would be Roberta. Can I find more about this Taurus and their person? Can I find out more about the person for Taurus who can't let them go? Chariot, Cancer. Queen of Swords. Hangman. So it could be a Cancer or a Pisces, maybe Aquarius. Let me put this together just a second. This is somebody who is very keen with the third eye. They actually are very good at seeing. Like they are a seer. This is somebody who, oh, what are those people? I'm trying to remember what they call them. They could be somebody who actually gets paid to, I'm not saying that they work with the military for them, but they could actually be official. This is somebody that could use this for a true career. They're that good. So maybe through the community that you were at, you know that. Maybe that's what attracted you. You were intrigued with them. Okay. So what do we have with this chariot? Because they want to come towards you. They've been watching you. They want to come towards you, it looks like. The Nine of Cups. They do want to speak some kind of romantic love to you. Why they walked away, if they did walk away. So I had job here. An ex. Maybe they had to move. I don't know where you are, but maybe they had to move. So we had Texas here, right? Different places. They might have had to move like across country, over waters. They had to leave you behind. Taurus, it looks like they could have left you behind, but they still feel a romantic tug towards you. And that's because you're in their heart. And they locked it down. And I think that they thought, oh, I just got a big download there. Okay, here's what happened. I'm going to go with the download because I just felt it like a big burst of air on me, okay? This person, for some of you, not all of you, okay, so just take what's yours and leave it for who it belongs with if it's not you. This person was told that for whatever job they took on, they didn't need to have their heart be sought after by, say, what would be a targeted enemy. Say they were doing something for, say, an acronym network or military or something like this, right? They could not have somebody connected to them in a romantic sense. So they had to, kind of like a brick wall, they had to seal down their heart and behave as if there was nobody there. They held on to a little glimmer of what was left of you in the heart, but they could not afford to have you and under some kind of target threat or something like this. Only if this fits, take this, okay? If it does not, just grab it, okay? But this is somebody who is protecting you. But they still loved you. They wanted to pick up where they left off after the mission was finished. This is somebody who was a known spiritual healer with gifts that were powerful, that some group had made an arrangement to work, collaborate, utilize their services. And by doing so, these people had asked, are you married? Do you have children? And they probably didn't, or they don't have any immediate attachments. And you probably were just either beginning, or this relationship just was not solid enough that you would have been perceived as a certain threat to the situation, and or the threat would be on you. But to be safe, this person, they pushed you out of their heart as much as they could. They did it so they could do the mission. This was a mission to them. And it was through some kind of a spiritual involvement, tactical unit or something that needed service of a spiritual person. I don't know where you're from or who they are, but yes, they see a lot of disappointment for this action, Five of Cups. They still feel romantic about you. They see you as their divine counterpart. Taurus, they see you as, and I don't know if this fits anything I've read recently on the moon for Taurus or Scorpio energy, because that's your shadow. But take whatever parts do fit and what does not, and if it feels like it's murky and you can't tell for certain, obviously use your own discernment. I will be doing this Stalker series after this, maybe tomorrow if I feel up to it. But yes, this is somebody who wanted to have a family with you. They saw you as the one, the divine counterpart that they really had longed for, they'd waited for, that they felt was chosen for you. You were chosen for them. They're very distraught because they had built with you and they had to let it all go. And this could have been a situation, yeah, for once, they definitely see you as their counterpart. It could have been a situation where maybe they needed to do this for some reason, to save face or to get out of the hole. Maybe they were in bad debt. Yes, I have Eight of Pentacles here. Yeah, it is their work. It's a side gig maybe that they don't talk about. And it is through the GOV. Okay, let's see. I had GOV on the last reading. This one is actually so covert. I don't think that I'm getting the Alias vibes. Sydney Bristow, if you've ever seen it, I'm getting those vibes. Like, this person has been at this a long time. Like, maybe they went through the GATE program, as a child. They were selected way earlier and they don't tell people. People don't know. But they get messages when they are on the clock, when the mission is on their tail. They're told, listen, we need you. And so they hadn't given themselves a chance to fall in love, and they thought that, I don't think that they thought that they were going to be called on another mission at the point you and they had developed something. So if they were intrepid in this romance, this would be why. If they did something before they went cold shoulder on you, or however this ended, like a ghost situation or something, they weren't anticipating they would ever go this far in a relationship. Even though they're spiritual, they could read themselves, frontward and backward. They know that free will is at play too. And Taurus, this person did not think for one moment that there would be a chance that they would get this far with anybody. But you're the one, so they can't get you out of their head. And they may have quit the missions, quit that part of their lives. Yeah, Three of Swords, the heartbreak, it really took them under. They felt dead. They felt dead. They were worried about you the whole time. Yes, Three of Wands. They were worried about you. You were the one piece missing, and they were worried about you. They were wondering if you would ever figure out their secret. The moon here. Is this person still doing this? Is this person still doing this? King of Cups. They're definitely in love with you. High Priestess. The underworld. She's pointing to the underworld here. So yeah, I'm not sure if he or she is still with this group. I think that they're trying to block anyone from seeing them do it. We have the High Priestess and the Two of Swords. So yeah, they could still be. They still want you. And they could be done with their mission. Maybe they are about to end the contract. Queen of Wands and Five of Cups. Yeah, I kind of wonder if they're going to... So let me ask, will this person who is not over. They can't let go of. The Taurus, are they going to end the contract they have with the acronyms or the military, whoever this is? I have a yes on the pendulum. That is what I have. You might want to listen to the reading I have that I've done prior, and then I have also the next reading that I'm going to do after today. After these are all done, the next one are the stalking readings. So that could be them too. I did see the Knight of Swords, so they are keeping an eye on you, and they probably are military involved, contracted, not like working as a true, like it's not on the record. That isn't for all of you. That is a specific person, maybe a couple of you, but I would say just one. I mean, so if it's yours, it's yours. But pieces of it may be applicable to someone who's got Taurus in their chart. Scorpio, your full moon's coming soon, Scorpio. Let's see what we have for you. For the person who can't let Scorpio go. Imagine you have somebody who's really, really fixated on you because you are a fixed sign. Okay, if you have your notepad handy, that would be helpful to you later. So you have R, T, S, D, M, R, O, J, O, I, R, A, E, and T, T. A lot of the same letters. Actually, remove one of those T's. I'm going to swap it for something else. You have an N. Like no, you have no here. You told them no. You told them no. They're a rat. You think they're a rat. You told them they were a rat. Their name could be John. Jon. The name Reed. Reed. Mira. Mira. We have joint. Somebody likes Mary Janes. Dan. Dan. Ran. They ran away from you. Oh, you ran away from them? Which way? I don't know, Scorpio. They see you ran from them, I think, because you want it over. You're sleeping fine. Okay. I think they're seeing you as sleeping fine. One of you snores. Snore. Something happened in January. The name Jan. One of you could be a middle child. For Scorpio, can I get 3 signs, 2 different throws of the dice for what sign the Scorpio has that cannot get over them? Leo, Virgo, Libra. A Virgo again, Capricorn and Pisces. Okay. So this is the Herald. I see a whole lot of snakes here. You might see this person as a snake. One of you could be the year of the snake in Chinese astrology and the other a rabbit. You may have felt like you were being hunted by this person, or maybe they were a healer, you were a healer, but this person, they regret and they long for you right now. They regret and they long for whatever happened, how much they lost you, or how much they lost when they lost you, because there was so much about you. You were a healer, you were gentle, you knew how to work with your dark energy, because the rabbit, it goes into the hole and it goes into the underworld. You understood the dark and the light sides, and there was just so much about you that this person is longing for. They miss everything about you. We have tank, forcing choices on another. So they might have been military. They could be military. Bath bomb, spiritual bath. They might have had to have a lot of spiritual baths because of the military experiences that they've been incurring, rainstorms and travel delays. So they could be at a distance from you and they're hoping to get near you. Denim, home, yeah. I'm getting that they want to get towards you, near you. They're gone. So maybe you broke up with somebody while they were overseas. They were on some kind of a military mission or something. This is so different from the last one, though that was about a seer. This is just somebody who's just a regular military person who may have been overseas away from you, and or there's somebody who could be training. They could have gone through boot camp. There's something about military here. For Scorpio, who is it that can't let Scorpio go? You've had to stand on business with this person. They have recognized they were foolish. Okay, they did. They packed. They left. They had to go. They're stationed elsewhere. I see luggage here. I see you saying, well, fine, don't come back. I'm not going to have an open door to you. Hangman. So around Pisces season, I think they made some kind of choice. The Lovers here and the Hangman. Around Pisces season, they made some kind of choice. This is when they made the change of heart, the change of, because they realized they put so much into this relationship or the feelings they have for you. Seven of Pentacles, they built with you. They just like let it go because they were, they were not loyal, but they were feeling a duty to country above love, right? Above heart, family. Seeing a huge shield on somebody's, like a uniform, like patches. Six of Swords, yeah, they had to go away from you. Six of Swords, far away, overseas. And they were for a spell enjoying themselves and celebrating with others, like in the military. But judgment came. And they started to feel a wave of, did I do the wrong thing? And that's when they recognized that they were blowing their shot. The life is too short. And that they knew. Maybe they saw somebody overseas in the military lose their life or get captured or something happened that made them really think and question, because you have the Empress here. So they recognize that they see you as their person. So I don't know who broke this up. Now, maybe you don't want nothing to do with them. Yeah, I'm getting army maybe, because jar, what is that term? Jarhead, right? Jar. Yeah, it could be army. Okay, but this person, and we don't have Y, but we do have ARM, armed forces. I don't know, something army maybe. But this person sees that they had an opportunity. Now, you too could have decided to have children and they walked away from that opportunity to do what they're doing. And maybe they knew you didn't support it or you didn't want it or you were firmly against it. But I see Ace of Cups and I see the Empress here. They love you so much. They see you as the mother of their children, the wife, the divine counterpart. They want you. And Nine of Pentacles, they see you as single now. You may be single at this moment. They're keeping an eye on you. So what are the feelings? We already know that they love the Scorpio. What are the feelings? Okay, Hermit. So they're very reclusive. They aren't trying to date. They hold a hope that you will take them back. They're stuck on you, Four of Pentacles. That is why they can't let you go. The sun, you're their sunshine. Did they say that? They might have said, you're their sunshine. People are offering them drinks. People are saying, hey, let's get together and work together. Let's date. Let's see what happens. They could be other military personnel. They are definitely having people come at them and they are closed off to other people. Scorpio, it is you that they are holding their heart for. That is what I'm getting. So you might want to come back for the stalker version. This is what I had for you for now, Scorpio. Any placements? I'm going to look for the readings that I have for the people who are requesting answers, and then we will close up after that. Okay. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed. I appreciate it. Welcome to our little family here. So I don't see any questions in the post area. Now, Carrie, I don't know if you had a question or if I met the criteria with the full moon reading. Delaney, I don't know if you had a question. And I had one that I am aware of. I have to go to the section where that was at. That was Jackie. I will light a candle for you tonight, Jackie. I see that you're exhausted and need positive healing. I will light a candle and pray for you. A white candle. Actually, maybe what we'll do is I will do a green candle because that will be healing for you in many ways, right? That'd be healing for your heart, for your prosperity, and the things that may be touching on what is causing this exhaustion. So you asked me to ask for you. Let me do some shuffling here. I'm getting ringing really strong, so somebody does want to talk to you. It could be Johnny. What is the current energy with you and Johnny? You said, I work today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. Hopefully I can make it. Okay, so I will try to get a timestamp on this for you, okay, so that you don't have to, if you don't want to, can't, or whatever reason. Maybe you're focused, maybe you want to listen to the entire thing or part of it, right? But you're tired, so you'll listen passively. But this part with Johnny, I think you want to listen aggressively. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe timestamp that part for you. Jackie, what is the current energy with Jackie and Johnny, please? And Jackie, Johnny, combined. Tell me more about Jackie and more about Johnny combined. Okay, so now who is the Empress with Johnny here? Jackie, you are. Okay, I'm going to give you a rough shot of what we got here. It is you. It's not the other one. Okay, Temperance come out firmly. That is you all the way. Okay, so this is good news, but you're showing up as 5 of Cups and 8 of Cups. So you may have had some disappointment you walked away from, or you're thinking of walking away from Johnny. I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but something that you're feeling so miserable about, you are very upset over, you want to walk away from it. And the combined energy you two are sharing at this time are Page of Wands. So it's kind of like passion about something, a new gift, skill, ability, something you enjoy doing. You both are involved in the throes of something that is work related, I would say creative and action orientated, and it's about work. So you're watching your progress grow. The two of you are working your skills. You're learning how to be dedicated to something that is work related. And his energy is Empress, Ace of Cups. So in lieu of not having you in the picture, let's just say this is him. Okay, I'm gonna, but I asked and got Temperance, which is you. But let's just say he's on his creative bend right now. He loves what he's doing creatively. I don't know what he does for work. He enjoys what he's doing with his hands, or his mouth if he sings, his instrument if he's a musician. I don't know what, but he loves what he does, and he's dedicated to his creative talents. But when I asked about the Empress, he's so obviously with the ringing in the ears right now. He's thinking of you. You're the Empress. I asked, and we got Temperance here. You are it. Can I get more on the Temperance for Johnny? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, he's getting readings. He might actually be going to a professional reader. Now, did he practice tarot? This could be the gift that he's getting better at. Queen of Wands, you've come up 3 times. Jackie, there's no way this man's not thinking of you. I have the ringing ears with you and not previous. So, yes. Let me ask a couple more questions. We can shuffle these and start afresh. But yes, you're coming up 3 times. But I think that you're both showcasing your talents at whatever it is you do, and you're both working and you're showing up. And he is very creative. He enjoys what he does. Can I find out Johnny's feelings towards Jackie right now? The Sun. He sees you as magical and warm. Ace of Wands, he's aroused by you still. High Priestess, and he may know that you read. He has been to your page. He is interested in your readings. 6 of Swords, and coming back towards you. That's what I see. So I do see positive energy where you're concerned. Now, if you see, say, sunflowers, not in tarot, but say in the real, spiritual will be telling you, spirit will be saying, Jackie's thinking of you now. Or there'll be a message tied to that sunflower. So keep your eyes open, because if it's like a number or a song or a color, there's going to be something tied to that sunflower. And it's Johnny's message to you at this time. At the time you see that, that's in person. So there could be a sunflower you see. It doesn't have to be a real one. It could be a pinwheel. It could be a painting, a t-shirt. Somebody's wearing it. They walk next to you at the grocery store. All of a sudden, boom, that is Johnny telling you something, and it's being sent in the way that only spirit can help bring out. And that is what I am seeing for you, Jackie. Now, does anybody else have any questions? I'm going to give it a minute. It's after midnight, so I probably should get in. I've already turned into a pumpkin, as you can imagine. But let's find out what we have, if there's anything else. Now, I want to invite you all to read the description and follow the links to the other channels. If you're interested in adult readings and or prosperity readings, those channels will produce those type of readings. This channel will be just a basic kind of spiritual and love and twin flames, and it's anything goes here. Those 2 are going to be particular, and you might enjoy them. I want to thank again the OGs for last year, when they helped me find the particulars to throw away, so the adult decks could be efficiently used for the group. And therefore, that will be a chat enabled session, unless we find there's trouble. But I don't think there will be. I think we have good people, and it's going to be at a smaller audience. Adults only for all my readings, but that is specifically adults exclusive, right? And they are free. So if you haven't subscribed here, 1 in 4 people do not subscribe. So please subscribe to Cosmic Sage. There's so much in store. I want to thank those that liked the comment area, the posts, and that have liked this video, the other videos. If you haven't, and you might have forgotten. With any other questions, I'm going to do one more circle over here just to make sure. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it a night. I don't see anybody that has. I'm going to just do a little bit of oracle real quick, just to send you off with some messages that could be yours. So in lieu of the conversation we've had about people, this could even apply to the 2 signs that did not need anything if they're sitting here, but you could have anything in your chart. So let's just say, Who is trying to hang on, and what are they trying? Why are they hanging on? Why is this love not gone for this person? Or is it about love? Can you tell me why this person is hanging on to the listener? So they got a slow fade. Somebody is slowly fading out, and they still see a hint of you. They try really hard. Your image, your thought, your fragrance, if it was on their pillowcase, whatever it was, it remains, it lingers, and they are holding on to the little bit of what is you that is left with them. It's fading slowly for them. You may have quickly moved away from this. They're still infatuated with you. So this is somebody who's infatuated. It might have been love turned to, I'm stammering, infatuation. It could be they were always just infatuated. It didn't get into a mature love. And we have impetuous. And they're impulsive, reactive, based on fear, paranoia, anxiety, regretful of their actions. They're holding on to you because they are fearful that you'll fade entirely away. So they're trying to hold on to whatever is lingering about you. So they may have been a wanderer, openly flirts with others in front of significant other, touchy-feely, pretends to be single, leads others on in attention seeking. Okay, so this is something that could have caused the ending. So this person is not mature. They're hanging on to you, but why would they hang on if they're like that? Let me see. I'm going to see with tarot. Why would they hang on if that's how they are with all kinds of people? Okay, so I have Ace of Wands. That pretty much tells you, doesn't it? So yes, somebody who's an attention W, and they use their wand, and they are unscrupulous maybe with how they do this. I am going to leave that there. I'm not going to touch that hot subject again. I'm going to leave that there. I am kind of getting a little sleepy here, so I hope you enjoyed and got something out of this, and hopefully we can get you some information on who's stalking you if you need to know about that on the very next one. Thank you, everyone who's stayed, and obviously we don't have chat right now, but whatever way you have given energy to help grow the channel and show support, I appreciate you so much. Be well. This is Cosmic Sage. Do take care. We'll be talking soon.